I am Eve, and this is my story. The air felt wrong before I knew why. It was still, too still, as if even the wind refused to move across the fields. I stood near the edge of the land where my sons worked, where the soil had already been cursed, because of us, because of me. I remember pressing my hands into my sides, feeling a weight I could not name. A mother knows when something is out of place, even before the truth arrives. Cain had not returned at his usual time. Abel had gone out earlier, his steps light, his voice steady. He always moved with a quiet peace, as if he trusted what he could not see. Cain was different. He carried something heavy inside him, something that grew sharper over time. I had seen it in his eyes, the way they lingered too long on what he did not have. I tried to quiet my thoughts. I told myself they were only late. I told myself the day had stretched longer than I realized. But the silence pressed harder, wrapping around me until it felt like it was closing in. Then I saw Cain. He walked toward me, but his steps were uneven. His hands hung at his sides, and there was something on them. Dark, drying. My breath caught. I took a step forward, then another, my feet moving before my mind could stop them. "Where is your brother?" I asked. The question left my mouth before I could soften it. My voice sounded strange to me, tight and thin. Cain did not answer at first. He looked past me, not at me, not at the place where he had grown, not at the home that had held him. "I do not know," he said. The words were simple, but they struck me harder than any blow. I felt something inside me pull tight, as if my body was trying to hold together what was already breaking apart. I stepped closer, searching his face, looking for anything that would tell me this was not what it felt like. His eyes shifted, his jaw tightened, and then I knew. The ground beneath my feet seemed to tilt. I felt it in my legs first, a weakness that spread upward until I could barely stand. My hands reached out, but I did not know what I was reaching for. Him, the truth, something to hold on to that would not move. "What have you done?" I whispered. My voice trembled, and I could hear it, the fear, the disbelief. I wanted him to deny it. I wanted him to say I was wrong. I wanted time to move backward, just for a moment, just enough to stop whatever had happened from ever taking place. But he did not answer. The silence answered for him. I turned before I realized I was moving. My feet carried me across the field, each step heavier than the last. The air felt thicker, harder to breathe. I called Abel's name once, then again, louder, my voice breaking as it stretched across the land. No answer. I kept walking, then running, my heart pounding against my chest. The ground was uneven, and I stumbled more than once, my hands scraping against the dirt as I caught myself. I did not stop. Then I saw him. He lay on the ground still, his body turned slightly to the side as if he had fallen mid-step. The earth around him was dark, soaked in something I could not deny. My breath left me in a sharp, broken sound. I slowed as I approached, each step smaller, as if moving too quickly would make it more real. I knelt beside him. My hands hovered over him for a moment before I touched him. His skin was cold. I pressed my hand against his shoulder, then his face, searching for any sign of movement, any sign that this was not final. "Abel," I said. His name felt different now, heavier, like it carried something it had never held before. I shook him gently, then harder, my hands trembling. "Abel, get up." But he did not move. The realization came slowly, then all at once. It settled into my chest, pressing down until I could not breathe. My body folded forward and I leaned over him, my forehead nearly touching his. This was my son, the one who had walked beside me, who had listened, who had offered what he had with open hands, the one who had trusted God without hesitation. Gone, and the one who had taken him was still alive, still standing, still my son. The thought tore through me. I sat back, my hands falling into my lap, stained now with what the ground had taken. I stared at them, unable to look away. This was not just loss. This was something deeper, something that reached back to the beginning, to a moment in a garden when I had listened to a voice I should have rejected. I had chosen something once. I had taken what was not mine to take. And now I was looking at what that choice had become. A brother against a brother. A life taken by a life. I felt a weight settle over me. Not just grief, but understanding. This was not only Cain's act, it was a path that had been open long before this day. I had seen the first fracture. Now I was staring at what it had grown into. I lifted my eyes to the sky, but no words came. My throat felt tight, my chest heavy. I did not know what to say. I did not know how to speak into something like this. Behind me, I could feel Cain's presence, distant, unmoving. I did not turn. I could not. I stayed there beside Abel, the silence pressing in again. But now it was different. It was not waiting. It was settled, final. The ground had received his blood, and nothing I could do would change that. The reference scripture is Genesis 4:8-12.